Good morning, everybody. This is February 13th pre-market video. Looks like everything's looking good. I have got to say, everything is looking good for us heading into a giant bull market. Well, a bull run anyways. Everything is getting primed and ready. Of course, we could get derailed by anything at any time. We have PPI numbers this morning, an hour before the open. That could be our launch pad. That could also stall us. So unfortunately, it's pre-market, and we will not know until it happens. As far as everything else goes, we're still an inside bar on yesterday's candle on the S&P. The Nasdaq, that is what's standing out right now. We are right at this high and this double top. And that could be our signal that we are breaking out of this equilibrium. And this is the pattern I love playing. I'm telling you, this happens so often. When you're in an equilibrium, and then when you hit a spot where it doesn't go all the way down, like it hits the 0.382 or the 0.5, and it holds there, that could be your signal that we are about to get launched. And so many times it happens. It's like, it'll stall out in one direction and then go. And I've seen it on the bear side too, where it just stalls out, it does this little bear flag and then goes. And everything that I'm looking at right now is telling me we are going to go for a bull run. Russell's a little bit weaker. We were still in its equilibrium. It made it to the 0.786, so it's very possible we'll stay a little bit choppier. Unless PPI news launches it as well, it's possible, because the Russell is way more affected by PPI news than the S&P and Nasdaq are generally. The Dow, it's just in this range too, ready to go, waiting for something to happen. But I guess we're in an equilibrium and it's kind of hanging out right now. We need this to bounce more. That's for sure. The Dow. We need to hold this, but I mean, ideally we just have to hold the 0.5 for this to be the cup and handle. And but yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good still. SMH, it opening up in yesterday's bar, and yeah, it's still hanging out at the high of this equilibrium, which is a good sign for getting that breakout. I'm going to start going over like what kind of things I'm looking at. If you've watched my video on how to how I choose my stocks, pretty much I can start going through these. All I do is I go through the names that made all-time highs every night. I just, for 10-15 minutes, whatever names make all-time highs that day, I will go through them. I will check the volume to make sure there's good liquidity. So I can, usually the option spread is smaller and there's more liquidity to get in and out, because I don't want to play these with like 192. You can't play options with that. That's something you would more play with stocks themselves instead of options. So it interests me more to play these names with bigger volume, more liquidity. Just like Cart here. Cart is one of my names that I've added to my list. Now I put it on every night. I go to this list, I put 15-minute oversold, 1 hour oversold, 4 hour oversold. So that's covering this name for the next week or 2 weeks or month or months. Whenever it makes the 4 hour oversold, I'll get alerted for it, and it covers me for a long period of time. So I'm not planning. This isn't me planning for today or tomorrow. Generally, this is me planning for days in advance. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it takes a few days of this happening till you start getting alerts on the larger time frames. So every stock that makes an all-time high, we wait for the pullbacks on those stocks, because those are the ones lifting the market. So CrowdStrike's another name. Let's see CrowdStrike, huge. It has a lot of liquidity, but it's also a huge name to be playing options with. What else would I have added? Hims, another name. Lots of volume, lots of liquidity. 6.3 KR. Not sure what that is, but Lark. Let's see this. Oh no. Oh no, sorry, never mind. Volume. Meta's another top performer. NetD. No, not NetD, because the relative volume, this doesn't happen. This you want this number as close to 1 as possible, because that's telling you that this is a regular amount of a regular amount of volume. This is obviously a one-time event, a rare event. I've never, I guess I have seen that much, but yeah, generally with that much volume, I would never see that amount. Playa Hotels, PLYA, 3.8 million volume, only $13 share price. Relativity, this is a good sign. Under 1 is great, because that means it's normally, that would mean this normally trades 9 million shares, close to that. It's all about relativity. PM, Philip Morris, pretty decent amount of liquidity. Good name to add alerts to. And Walmart and Way. Good liquidity on those. And Spotify. Spotify's good too. So yeah, those are the names I add to my list every day. I add the oversold conditions on all those names, and then I wait for those oversold conditions, and when they trigger, that's when I get interested in them. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I want to see a flush of this level since we're at this level, or maybe there's a support that it's close by, and I'll play off that support either just before or a break and then bounce right afterwards. That's what I'll look for these names. So anyways, going through more of the top names. IBM, opening up in the middle of yesterday's range, looking primed to go on a run here still, but still in this equilibrium until proven otherwise. Palantir, a little bit red today on the open at this time. That could always change. Yeah, we got a bit of a cup and handle happening here. We can also call this a head and shoulders at this time. This could also be a head and shoulders on the 4 hour. I missed my opportunity to buy 1 hour oversold. I was busy yesterday. But Palantir, looking good. The 4 hour is cooling off, so we may see this cool off more. It is pretty hot. It's hot on every time frame. Tesla, with the news yesterday, end of day, we'll have to play. It's just an inside bar. The break of the motherboard bar is the most important, but the inside bar obviously will help give direction as well. I've got all free positions in. I've got weeklies in Tesla and March or April monthlies. I'm not sure which one exactly. I've got so many positions right now. Rgti, looking for its 4 hour low. We've lost the 0.382 now. Bounced right underneath. So ideally we want to see this break this level first off, and then make a higher low if we have to before to break out of this. But we still have to change the hourly trend. This is just a straight shot up. Nothing has changed on RGTI until we at least see an hourly trend change. There's no hourly trend change here. Baba, bit more continuation happening here pre-market. We are right at this level. Yeah, I want to see. I would honestly want to see this get to like 125, 130 just to give me more confidence, and then I would play a back test or set my alerts on my RSI. Actually, I already have it, but I do want to see this go further. I'm just letting my runner run until I'm interested again into another position. That's another thing too. Like as soon as as soon as these alerts go off on my phone, I delete them and I don't even look at them again. I either take the trade or I don't, but I'm not interested in that name again until it makes a new all-time high, because there's always stuff making all-time highs, and you want to come, whatever you're buying, you want to come right off the all-time high and buy the dip on that, because it's the most powerful dip you can buy and the most success rate. Nvda stalling out at the golden pocket, still holding up overall, still holding its 4-hour bull flag or daily bull flag essentially. We want to see more lower wicks here or start to push up. Otherwise, we could end up in an equilibrium here for an extended period of time. Microsoft opening up right where it closed essentially at this point. We don't want to lose any more lows. No more lows. We broke down. We saved it. It did come close above that level. So it was another fear flush, but we need to hold this now and start heading up. TSM got an inside bar yesterday. We're playing the break of Reddit. Obviously, this is going to be a tough name, being that there's earnings, but we're bouncing right now. Why did I have this level? Oh, previous resistance. So yeah, we blew through that. We might come back and back test that and see. We have to start changing some trends. That's a bit of a pivot, kind of a straight shot, but we're V-shaping at this time. Who knows where this will top out? But yeah, obviously having that headline news with the earnings is not the most ideal. I'm gonna go to crypto now. And what are we seeing here on the dominance? Sorry, this actually did break that level, but just broke it. We need to see more follow through. I want to see that. Wherever this bottoms out and starts to bounce, we want to make a lower high than this now. We want to start daily trend change. That's what we got to do. Otherwise, we still could stay choppy here at this point, but we're looking good for alts as far as people interested in them over Bitcoin. Bitcoin, just an inside bar on the day. As I've said, we are perfectly following this broadening wedge. So we need to see if like a inverse head and shoulders here. This could be on watch. So an inverse head and shoulders, kind of a wonky left shoulder, but still one nonetheless. We need to set this 4-hour high or low. This is just a straight shot with a lower high. Now we need to set a higher low, otherwise nothing changes. Need to see a 1-hour trend change come now. And that's the start of it. So we're still nowhere near a 1-hour trend change. We have to break this high, set a higher low, and head back up. Ethereum. So we broke out of the wedge. We back tested and we're trying to make a higher low now. This was just a straight shot as well. So we need to keep these trends changed. We do have a 4-hour trend change. We need to make a higher low than this and continue this pattern. Otherwise we can just keep fading and this could just be a fake out and we head back down. XRP, range bound, nothing changes till it changes. Litecoin, one of the names that's standing out. We have a giant inverse head and shoulders on this. Very, very interested in Litecoin. Hype, equilibrium. Still, hype has the potential. That is why hype is very interesting. It just has the potential with this. I see this pattern, this is a very, like, if we can break bull on this, this is where money and millionaires are made. All right. Okay, BNB, also another top candidate, straight shot. We do need to still change the daily trend. This was a quick pivot. I want to see a firm daily higher low come out of this whenever this tops out. Obviously, the stronger it gets, the greater it looks. But we are already 4-hour overbought. So we're getting pretty extended now. And yeah, be more interested on a 1 hour oversold, on a pullback of some sort. Solana not looking that good. We're still in this equilibrium until we need to set this daily higher low. We haven't set it yet. We're in sidebar. We don't want to lose this low. Otherwise, we're looking at this low. Oh. And yeah, and it would clearly mean we were a weaker name with Solana. Overall, bigger picture, it's still one of the better names because it still is by its high, but obviously temporarily, like for short term, not the best look. Not the best look that if we're losing our lows. ONDO, just such a tight range. There's a big squeeze coming here on this name. Link, still looking at this as an inverse head and shoulders, but we're not making much ground here on the right shoulder. We still have to break that high. Sui, yep, we're just looking for a daily lower high than the panic bounce, and we'll see where our daily higher low comes from. MOCHI, big day yesterday. We're still looking for a lower high than this. This is where I'd be trimming profit, and if I like it, I'll buy it on a pullback. But yeah, this could be an inverse head and shoulders at this point. We don't know where this is topping out. This has the potential, like, I mean, crypto's crazy. It could keep going, so we're not sure yet what it's doing, but I just like to, when there's a major resistance coming up and we come up straight like that, I like to just trim profit. It's just the most likely scenario is to see the lower high, and then I'd be interested in, you can re-add on pullbacks. But if we do break it, you keep a runner going so you don't get the FOMO. Alpha, still bouncing on the daily. We got a little bit above the golden pocket. We're still setting higher lows. It's good for now. But now we've got a bit of a head and shoulders to fear, like I said, and this rising wedge as I was pointing out there yesterday evening. So now we could be looking at, could be looking at this now. Or it might still just keep respecting this line. But yeah, still a rising wedge. I don't like Alpha overall, just one of the weaker names. Caspa trying to set its daily higher low now. Obviously it has a ways to go. This could get choppy in here. These are the important levels now we need to hold. So low, lower high, higher low, lower high, wherever this tops out, then we've been looking for a higher low. We've bounced enough on this move that we should expect a higher low than this, barring any news. AVEX, I don't feel like ton is not looking the best. Trump, also not looking the best. Looking for a 4, well, depends on where this, oh, we're just about to close this candle. We might be looking for a 4-hour higher low already. We did change the 4-hour trend, but we need to see a 4-hour higher low come from this and just keep the continuation going. Trump is garbage right now. Okay, all right. I will see you in the post-market recap. If there's anything you want me to go over, let me know.